right? If the demand for laptop increases, it means Microsoft Windows demand also increases. But the price is again $100, that's it, right? Similarly, gasoline with the car. If there is no gasoline, if the gasoline is very high, then demand for car decreasing. If the car demand increases, people demand more gasoline. Price of gasoline is the same, right? So these two are complement. Oh, okay, here we go. There is a change in price and caused by consumer income. We talked about normal and inferior goods. If there is a change in quantity demanded and the reason is not price but price of related goods, substitute and complement. Okay. If there is a change in quantity demanded and reason is not consumer income, not price of related good, then it must be taste. Maybe fashion. Taste include fashion as well. So economics do not explain basically people taste because it is human anatomy, biology, chemistry involved, but it will give you what will happen if the taste changes, right? For example, demand for flavored cigarettes, it shifted rightward due to the change in taste. Previously, the price of the flavored cigarette is the same, but what happened since there is a new movie came like Mission Impossible, and on that the Tom Cruise was like having a chocolate flavored cigarette, and all of the youth, they was crazy about chocolate flavored cigarette. Price of the cigarette is the same, but due to the fashion, what happened is demand increases, right? Or there's a concert and Lady Gaga, she wears something very nice, weird clothes, but it trend of fashion, and now girls want to buy that one, right? The price of that outfit is the same, but youth are crazy about buying that one. Similarly with the goggles and all those stuff, okay? And now the expectations, it means what would happen to the future. Many students are confused with this one, expectation. Remember this one, look at me. Expectations means what will happen in future. Expectations, something happened now, what will happen in future. For example, if you know that, okay, if you want to buy a car right now at point 0, and you know that after 3 months, the car price is gonna go down. The car prices are going down, right? Would you purchase now or you purchase later?
Later.
You purchase after 3 months, right? So what happened now? Demand for car decreases, but demand for future cars increases, right? So this is what we meant by the word expectation. So many students, they are confused. What's going on with in between this time, right? So in response to the future, you make decision right now, whether increase the demand, whether decrease the demand. If the car prices go up in 3 months, you want to buy now, right? If you want to buy now, the demand for car increases and future demand for car decreases. The future, we don't know what will happen, but right now we know that demand increased, right? This is what we call expectation. So you also see a word income. So this is not the consumer income. Why? Because it includes future increase in income. That consumer income is actual, that you already received the increased income. That is reality, that is, and here we talk about the future. So don't just get confused with the expectation with the consumer income here. So you demand more quantity of goods in expectation of the rise in income. For example, you are under the category of getting promotion. You start looking now a nice house, nice apartment, or you shifted to the nice apartment in hope that now my income will rise and I would be shifting to the new home. If your expectation turned right, you don't have to waste too much time on looking the new apartment. You already have the apartment, so demand of that apartment right now increased. Okay, you are living in shared apartment, you hope that if your income rises you will move on to single apartment, right, in hope, and you get a hope that your income will rise, you shifted to the single apartment. You did not receive the income yet, but you shifted. So this is expectation. If you receive the higher salary and then you start moving that one, this is because of consumer income. Number of buyers. What about the migrants, or if the number of buyers rises? If people produce more babies, it means what happened? The demand for ice cream rises in future. Demand for milk rises. If new migrants come to the country, buyers quantity rises. Price is the same, but quantity rises. Understand? So there are 5 categories that are categorized under increase in quantity demanded due to other factors. Number 1, consumer income. Number 2, price of related goods. Number 3 was, oh, I myself forgot. Taste. Taste. Expectations and buyer. So summary of the demand curve is that we already finished our chapter where you're just going through the summary. Summary is that demand curve shows what happened to the quantity demanded when the price changes. All other variables constant. I hope you understand why we wrote this all other variables, because people are rational in economics. So when a variable changes, demand is shifted. Which variable? Among the 5 variables. If only price changes, it means we see movement, not shift, right? So guess what? Do we finish the class? No, we are going to test the knowledge, the real application, that what we have studied. Here we go. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to read that one and make a best possible answer here. So when the quantity demanded has increased at every price level, it might be because
I think it's B. Income has increased. Consumer income is increased, and the good is an inferior good.
So its demand is going to be decrease or increase?
Demand is increasing, and the consumer income is?
Demand is increasing.
Yes.
And income has increased, but the good is inferior. What do we mean by that one? You are talking...
Wait.
Wrong.
Oh, no. Wrong.
If income increase, demand also increase. It must be normal good, not the inferior good. So B cannot be the answer. See how it is difficult to apply in real world. Checking the definition is very easy.
Is D?
D. What about A? The number of buyers in the market has decreased. We just saw in our previous slide that if number of buyers increase, demand increase. So it cannot be the answer. C, we don't talk about the cost yet. D can be the answer, but let's talk about the D. Yes, true, D is the answer, but how? The price of complementary good has decreased. So we say that 2 products are complementary. How? If the price of A decreases, causes quantity demanded of the other product to increase. We know quantity demanded increase. Price of complementary good means price of A, demand of B increased, price of A decrease. So this must be complementary good, right? So the substitute and complementary stuff is a little bit tricky, but if you read that one carefully, and I'm going to be uploading the text, so just go through this text. Rest of the text I think is good to go. Just normal good, sorry, consumer income and this price of related goods. If you read from the text, we have other example as well. Your concept will be like as clear as water. Okay, let's talk about the next stuff. Another concept checker. Which of the following would not be a determinant of the demand for a particular good?
I think it's the price. Number the D.
D. Amar, why you look so surprised?
I'm reading, that's all. Not
Okay.
surprised.
Okay. Mirko.
Yes, I agree with D because here we talk about the production, but let me say it doesn't influence the demand.
Right? Demand. Who creates demand curve?
Yeah, the demand is
Customer. Oh, go on, Mirko. Sorry.
the buyers. Okay, but that's the same. I mean,
Buyers. And this D is talking about production. This is related to supplier or producer, right? So D cannot be the answer. So this is how you apply. Another.
Increase of the number of college scholarship issued by private foundation would increase the education, decrease the supply of education, increase the demand of education, decrease the demand.
So here we go. An increase in the number of college scholarships. What will happen?
C.
C, increase the demand for education.
Right? Because you are students, so you always talk about scholarship. So that's why you know that demand for education increases. Well done, guys. So if you have any other question, please do ask us in our WeChat group. I will be happy to answer. And Piranan, if you have still answer regarding that supply, we will be talking about later after this class. Or if you can hold that one, we will be talking in this supply class in our next lecture. Okay,
I think I will talk next lecture. Thank you for that.
Okay. If no more question, then we are going to end our meeting. Okay, guys. Take care. Stay safe.
You too. Have a nice.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Have a
Bye.
nice evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.